Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. What I'm looking at this morning is a little game called Rise of Gun by Pimp Game Studios. It's an early access game, but I've seen a few people playing it on YouTube and they've been raving about it. So I thought I'd give it a go. So there's several game modes here, as you can see, indicated under this menu, but as an early access game, not all of them are open to play. The main one I've been playing, I've had a few tries at this, are the free mode gameplay. Now I've just named this PC Game 4 because I've had a few trial games at this, but also because, and I think this is worth noting, I thought these games were saved in the cloud, but when I tried to open the game this morning, it didn't open the game that I was playing because I opened it on my desktop PC rather than my laptop, which I'd been playing it on. So just be aware of that. It seems to save locally. Now, the basic premise of the game is that you put together gun parts to make a complete weapon, which will then save in your shop. You own this particular shop. It's pretty simplistic. There's nothing really real world mechanical about this, so you don't have to worry so much about parts fitting each other. If they go together on the slots, then they work. You know, it's that level of realism. It's really just like a little puzzle. So I've put together these first little components here, which is the first mission to make a gun. Now, as you can see, each part has its own particular price value, and then they have an overall value which you can then sell in your shop. You can store your guns on your workbench here, or you can take them into your shop itself and put them on the sales bench. Hang on. The store should be closed at this point. If you don't close your store, you have people wandering in and out, and as you can see, they tend to make a little mess when they do come in and out. I don't know what the hell's going on in here with all the blood on toilet roll all over the place, but it seems like a good party. Now, once you put your gun on your little bench there, you can then open your store and let your customers in. But one of the things that you can do is upgrade or customize your shop, going into a build mode and popping in little items here, some of which cost a lot, like £200 for a Christmas tree. But one of the things I'd say right from the get-go is do build this. That's your tip jar. And this is my first tip, ironically, for the game, is get that built as soon as possible, because money is crucial in this game and you'll soon find yourself running out of money. So if you get any tips for good service, that can only help you survive in this game, because once you run out of money, you basically had it, as you will see. So this is your shop, and you've got a little back room which acts as your sort of base, if you like. There's a customer coming in to buy a first gun. So this should be interesting. Now, you're going to spend a lot of time just having not a lot of inventory or stock on your shelves. And what you have to do is just sell what you have. Now, that's made me get my money back up to $523. And that means I can go out and buy other items. This is the town you work in. It's kind of an enclosed enclave, kind of like on Walking Dead, where they had that town that had the walls, sort of like keeping them secure from the zombies which are beyond the walls. And your town consists of the main street here, and then this side street with all these little stores and people wandering about. But this is your most important store. This is your parts store. So you can buy all the components you need to make your guns from here. My second tip of the day would be, you'll notice that there's a red and green arrow on these items. I would tend, if I were you, to try and buy the green items. Apparently, this means that they're most wanted by the public, so you tend to get a little bit more money for them when you sell the item. Obviously, as you run out of money, you're going to end up having to resort to the red items. But get as many green items as you possibly can. There's a range of components, from the receiver to the magazines to the grips to the butts to barrels to barrel attachments, and the barrel attachments tend to be the most expensive items. Like these suppressor and silencers are hugely expensive. But what I've found is, if you make a weapon that includes all as many of these components as you can in the slots available, it tends to sell for a bit better. Right, this is one of the other items in the game, the collectibles. You'll find these dotted around the map. I think the mission says there's about 18 available, and you've got to kind of like find these. And as I say, they're literally all over the map. I haven't managed to actually find them all myself. But one of the other things you'll find is these, because it's a Christmas mod on this at the moment. There's little Christmas presents randomly scattered around the map as well, which means you can pick up things like money or extra gun parts or candy canes, which I'll talk about in a minute. But before that, let's get some food. And this is probably one of the most irritating things I've found in the game at the moment. There's only one food vendor, and you're eating hot dogs all day for some reason. Hot dogs are a big thing in the post-apocalypse. Now, as you can see, I had to bring this part back. You don't have personal inventory like a backpack like you have in some other games, which can be a little bit frustrating when you pick up an item like that outside, like a gun part. You literally have to transport it back to your shop by itself. You can't pick up other items, which is a bit annoying. I'd like to see the game work out your own personal inventory. Now, this is your shopping inventory, which includes all the parts you're collecting to make your guns. So you've got components like your receiver, scopes, butts, grips, magazines, barrels, and your muzzle attachments. So we'll pick up a part here. This is obviously a pistol revolver receiver, and we'll see what we've actually got to go with that. And we've got a little iron sight. We can stick that on to the slots that are available, and they're indicated by those little circles on the receiver there. I can stick a butt in there. It's not the nicest one, but you'll find that this game isn't so realistic or in-depth, that it's not particularly choosy about parts going on to a particular component. You know, you can stick fairly much anything, which can end up with you producing some weird looking guns, believe me, like this, for example. But as long as they will go on, you can use them, even if they do look a little wacky. Now, what I'd like really for this gun is the proper butt. There's another collectible, by the way. And your collectibles go on this shelf. Now, so far, I haven't found a use for these collectibles. They don't seem to make any particular difference to the game. They don't do something. But of course, this is an early access game, so I don't know whether later on in the game they might have some use. So I'm going hunting about in the town, and I suggest that you do this, because aside from the shop that you can buy parts on, you can find these little random presents dotted around the map, including some collectibles. So you really have to go hunting for them. There's one. And there's another. As I said, there's a total of 18, but I haven't actually managed to find all 18 in the several goes I've had this game. So some of them are pretty well hidden. I've been told that if you actually remove items, like when you're cleaning up your shop, you can get rid of some of the trash, that sometimes you can find collectibles underneath the items that you remove. But they do take a little bit of looking for. Some are hidden about inside the buildings in the town. Now, I should warn you that not all the buildings in the town are open as yet. Again, this is something that might change as the game progresses. You might start opening some of these other stores in the town. But if you go nosing around, you'll find bits and pieces like weapon parts. Now, these are some particularly good ones. So I'll take it straight back to the shop. As you can see, you can only carry one at a time, which is a bit annoying, which is why I think hopefully the game or the developers will add, let's just stick my torch on here, will add a personal inventory so you can carry more than one item rather than having to take it all the way back to the shop. Now, using your bed in the shop actually puts your health bar back up, but you still might have to go out and have some breakfast. Now, the mission it's telling me now is to clean up some of the garbage that's in my store. So basically, you can go around hitting the E key until you've cleaned up all these. And what you'll notice is on the left side there's a cleanliness bar, which is increasing as I clean up the store. This is quite important because apparently, for some strange reason, people that survived the apocalypse are quite house proud and like to have your shop tidy. This does have an effect on your reputation bar, which you can also see there. The cleaner your store is, and the better products that you sell, and the better service that you do. If you serve customers quickly, for example, your reputation goes up and people are more attracted to your shop. Here we go, back again for breakfast. Yeah, another hot dog. Which is the fact that hot dogs are the only thing we can actually eat in the apocalypse is a bit worrying. Now, here's one of the other stores that you have. You can see there's several stores around the town, and you can occasionally see people going in and out of them. See if I can see someone going in. Nobody's going to go in now that I want to show it. See, will he go in here? Come on. Oh, here we go. Now, although that opens and the townsfolk wander in and out, you can't get in it. So again, maybe that's something that opens up into the game as you progress in your missions or as the developers add extra stuff. But this one particular store is very useful. You'll notice under your money there, and I've only got $40 left, I have 10 candy canes. Now, these will allow you to buy what is kind of like tantamount to a Secret Santa present. These anonymous looking parts in Christmas paper here. So this is a second source of gun parts. Again, I don't know if this will change when the game comes out of the Christmas season. There'll be something else there to replace it. But these can be a useful source if you can't find what you want in the main store. So as you seen there, I picked up this Christmas item, which is a bot which fits better onto this little manic revolver thing that I've made. As I say, some of the parts look a bit crazy when you put them onto the guns, but they do, as long as they go on, they do work and you can sell them. Now, finally, it's kind of like just take a little bit of a a look at the town here. As you can see, apart from the enclosed town, which is protected by these walls at the ends of the streets, here's some more unlocks there. Oh, there's another one. You can see them. They are dotted about. Annoyingly, for some reason, the developers chose not to randomize where these collectibles are found. So every time I've played a new instance of this game, they've all been in the same place, which shows you why I've been able to find them. Now, you can't get up on the town walls here, but just over the walls you might be able to see the zombie hordes that are outside there, and you can hear the sound of them. Now, I don't know if this is something that will come into play later, or the developers will add the ability for you to go outside the town. Maybe, for example, you could find better parts, better quality parts, or very highly rated or rare parts outside the town if you go on a mission outside. Of course, in that case, it'd be more dangerous because you have to face the zombies. But this isn't State of Decay or 7 Days to Die. It isn't really about zombie survival as much as the puzzle of making the weapons. So whether we'll ever be able to go outside this town, I don't know. There's another present there. And this is money that's useful at the moment because I'm running out of cash. And you will run out of cash very quickly. And as I say, if you run out of cash, that's it, game over. So you've got to be very, very clever about how you utilise your cash. And this is like, that's my main niggle, that there's a perfectly good diner there and a food mart across the road, but they're not opened up yet. So the only choice you do have is to go to this stinking hot dog vendor. For a bit of variety, I do hope that the developers will open these up. There you go. There's a better view of the huge zombie horde that's waiting outside of the gates. I'd love it if the walls become open up and maybe you could utilise or test some of the weapons that you make by sniping some of the zombies off there. Or there's a back room to your shop that hopefully you could maybe open up to make a little target range to test your weapons. This is one of the roofs that is opened up, and as you look around the town you can see there's lots of roofs that are available, and I just hope that later on you'll be able to get up on top of those roofs. Scattered around you do occasionally find a broken ladder here and there, or a rope, and you think that you'll be able to climb up onto these roofs that are available. You can see them, all these buildings surrounding your little town, but as yet I can't seem to find a way to get up there. That's the only roof I've been able to find that is available in this game. So we'll just get this item back to my inventory. Again, it's a little bit annoying. I can only carry one of these parts back at a time. Now, it does look a bit crazy, but that is a completed and sellable item, and I find it does seem to help in your sales if you put on as many parts as you possibly can to an item. You don't have to. You can sell the item with just the basic amount of parts with a couple of slots open, but I've found, I haven't worked out the system, the monetary system, how the economics work in this. I know that all the parts are colour coded. Does that mean some are worth more than the others? I know that the green arrow ones are more highly sought after by your customers. And making money is going to be your major problem because you've got all this junk to either remove or new parts that you can possibly upgrade, but it's all very expensive. To remove that trash is $250. To put up a Christmas tree is $200. So as you can see, money is going to be absolutely crucial. Got a customer. I love the look of this, the kind of Minecraft-y, blocky look. There we go, and we got some tips there for good service. and that's going to become crucial as the game goes on. I've played this a couple of times now, and I've just gone bust in some of those sessions. This is my third or fourth go at this. I think I'm starting to get a hang of how things work. You've got to be very frugal and really concentrate on making your guns. That's the main thing. Don't start trying to upgrade some of your shop items too early, because they're very expensive. It'd be nice if there was another means of making some money. For example, maybe tidying up the town for the community and getting a bit of money that way. Or if your customers came in to sell used items, making money that way. It'd be great if that became part of the game as well, because relying on just making the guns to earn a living is very precarious in this game. And I'm sure that you'll try it a few times yourself and go bust a few times before you cotton on to the trick of it. Concentrate on the guns, and if you can, concentrate on these red parts. You'll end up eventually having to buy the red parts, concentrate on the green parts. You'll end up having to concentrate on the red parts and keep on looking around the town like this. There's occasional alleyways where you can find collectibles like that, or gun parts, which they then got to transport back to the shop. I'm sure there must be other ways, or that parts are secretly hidden around the map, but I haven't been able to find that out myself yet. And that's it, really. It's shallow. It is shallow, but I find it kind of fun, and the cartoony look of it helps the whole thing be amusing. And what's nice about it, of course, we've got this Christmas mod or look theme for it at the moment, which is great because it's December. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed this, and have a nice Christmas.